Steve, that last play obviously looked like just get the ball to Kuminga and let him attack. How much does it strike you that you're giving him a ton of responsibility there, and how confident were you that he was going to be able to deliver?
Well, he was having a great night, and it was a no-brainer to get him the ball. I took the timeout in order to get our offensive guys back on the floor. I was going offense, defense with Gary and Buddy, and then put Kyle in for the inbound at the end because I trust him, to make that pass. And then J.K. just made the play. I mean, he got a couple of ghost screens one from Buddy, one from BP, just to try to confuse the switch a little bit. And J.K. just attacked, and that was the play of the game. It was just a beautiful drive and capped off a phenomenal night for him. He was brilliant.
You've kind of talked about, especially lately, with you guys have had some bad down the stretch offensive play. You've talked about the need to find maybe some pick and roll, some scoring. Obviously, that's an example of it tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a weapon can that possibly be in those type of situations?
It can absolutely be a weapon. I think the biggest thing with our team right now is, we can see that we have chemistry. We can see how hard guys play. We just have to find the combinations that we can count on and hopefully get to night after night. I mean, that's the only way to really develop chemistry and continuity, trying to close games. But, I think the floor has been opened up a little bit the last couple games for JK. Obviously, he's starting, but, can we get him out there more with Draymond, with Loon as a four, like he's been playing the last couple nights. That's really the key, and we just have a lot of guys, and so we have to sort through all this. But there's no question we can do more of this. I thought Wiggs too got downhill tonight over and over again, made some huge plays for us.
Yeah, Steve, I was going to ask about Wiggins. Second quarter, he really got going offensively, 22 points overall, but the 9 rebounds. How engaged do you see him for the full 4 quarters?
Wiggs was phenomenal. I don't even know if he should have played tonight. He had the ankle, but he knew Steph and Draymond were out, and he knew how important this game was, and he gutted it out. He's been that way since he's been here. Ironman, I think the first 7 years of his career, he might have missed, 15 games. So we know we can count on him night after night to be there for us. And he knew he had a lot of responsibility tonight with Steph and Dray out. And he and JK really both did a great job of providing the offense.
What did you like about your defense tonight?
Well, I thought we just played hard. Anytime you're in a rut and you lose, 4 or 5 in a row, it's never going to end with a 25-3 night. It's going to end like this, 1990s basketball. And I felt like it was going to be a streak, hold somebody to 90, 93, tonight. Dig it out of the mud, get stops, and you can only do that by just playing hard, and that's what our guys did.
Steve, back to Wiggins. I mean, he had 2 4-point plays there late in the second quarter that gave you guys some momentum. I mean, were those? Do you consider those crucial moments?
Yeah, those were big moments. It was a really slow start for us. 18 points in the first quarter. Couldn't get anything going. I could tell our fans were a little frustrated, and sometimes when you're missing, your 2 best players, it takes a little while in a game to get going and to figure out the rhythm of it. And I thought those 2 4-point plays from Wiggs changed the momentum.
Obviously, things have changed when Steph and Draymond are not there. But how much of a pressure release is this game? Or maybe it is more because of Steph and Draymond. I'm not sure, but how much did they need this, and how much kind of does it ease up a little bit?
Yeah, we needed it. I mean, this is par for the course in the NBA. We lost, I think, our championship year in 22. We got to March. We lost maybe 9 out of 11, 5 straight at one point. Won the championship a few months later. So I never panic in these situations. The main thing you're looking for is competitiveness. You just, you don't want to get blown out. You don't want to see anybody hanging their heads. And even in the 5-game losing streak, I never saw any of that. I mean, every game was close. We just couldn't close. But, I knew this would end because they're a great group and they compete.
Steve, what'd you make of Brandon tonight? Not a whole lot of offense, but he really went to work on the boards.
12 rebounds.
Right. And Dalton kind of commented that he was feeling the Draymond Green kind of role tonight.
Yeah.
What did you make of his overall night?
Well, Houston is a great defensive team, and they were all over Brandon, and I thought he handled himself really well. He took care of the ball. The way he rebounded, I mean, he makes one big play after another on the glass. Just and that's, Houston is, I think, by far number one in the league in the possession game. They force a lot of turnovers. They don't turn it over. They get offensive boards. You look up and they've got 10, 15 more possessions than you. And that was pretty even tonight because we only turned it over 10 times. Brandon had a lot to do with that. So thought he managed the game beautifully.
Loon, he's a plus 21. That means obviously a lot minus when he wasn't out there. Do you find yourself almost like, I can't keep playing him? Like, is there a sublimit or did you just say, I just got to keep playing this guy?
I think, honestly, this is how much I'd like to play him every game. I think he's a 25-minute-a-night player. He just makes winning plays over and over again. The way we're playing with our roster, playing Draymond at the 4, splitting time with Trace and Loon, sliding Draymond to the 5. It's just hard to get Loon this many minutes if we're healthy. But he's proven year after year that he makes winning plays. He wins at the highest level. Ultimate pro. I wish I could play him this much every game.
How'd you like having 2 extra assistant coaches there? I saw both of your Hall of Famers kind of walking up and down the sideline throughout that game. Yeah. Were they chipping in? What was that called?
Oh, they were great. They were, Steph and I were discussing the timeout situation. 33 seconds left, up 3. I took the time. We were discussing it beforehand. Should take the time out to get our foul shooters in and our, we needed a really good offensive possession, so we needed spacing. And so, I'm talking to Steph about it. And Draymond's talking to our guys in the huddle about, what's going on defensively, talking to Stack, talking to CD. So they were very engaged, and, we needed that.
Is it scary to take your last time out knowing there might be more possessions?
It is, but it's also scary not getting a space lineup out on the floor for the biggest offensive possession of the game. And so I took the one with 33 seconds left, and that was it. But I felt like up 3, we really needed to make sure that we got a good possession there. Otherwise, we don't get anything, and they have a chance to come down and tie the game. So it's a little dicey, but you do what you have to do.
Hello, Coach. How do you think the performance of Houston tonight, and especially the growth of this young player over the past few years?
Yeah, Houston's tough. They have a great defense. I feel like Ime is the right coach for this group. He's a defensive-minded guy, gritty, tough guy, and that's the identity of the team. So they make a lot of sense. They've done a great job of drafting and developing, and they're 15-8 for a reason. Great defense and really good young talent. Thank you.